Hey, what's up? So, today I'm going to show you how you can make some heavy drops like Muerte, something like this. So, yeah, the, so there are three layers, three things, and one bass actually in the except the drums. So, first thing is the bass. Let's play it solo. So, yeah, that was the bass, and behind that, I have this rights and symbols with some reverb and nothing else, just some reverb. And then I have samples, which is just some, not just two samples from Muerte, six sample pack. So yeah, that was it. And the voice sample from also Mute's pack. You can't try and the drums are also from Mute except one layer. So yeah, let me start from the bass patch. So if I turn off the post processing, it's all in the post processing. If I turn it off, it will sound something like this. What the heck? What is that? Let me play it solo. So I have this post processing, which is just multipass, thick rack. Thick rack. It's just OTT saturator like 3 times in the row, and OTT again, and cam pressure. So yeah, let's see what's happening in the multipass. So if I turn on multipass, it will sound something like this. Yeah, the tonality is coming from multipass. It's the odd profit trick he showed in his video, how he uses multipass and he puts in the 250 hertz to 3 kilohertz a phase distortion and a convolver with anything. You can use all the phases option on this, but I chose one virtual right snare and I stretched it like 246% more and I shortened that up. If I turn off the convolver, it will sound like this. That is kind of hurt. Turn on the OTT. So yeah, it's right now before the convolver, it sounds like this. But when I turn it on, it gets that metallicness, which is very sick. So let me show you how I did that. And yeah, the phase distortion is just basic. I just pulled up the drive and everything is same. And yeah, let me show you the convolver one, how I did that. So you can take any snare, any percussive thing. So let's put that. And yeah, let's stretch it very much. So yeah, it sounds good. You can shorten this up. You can adjust it to your taste and you can pull up the tone. So yeah, that is how I did that. So you can use any sample, you will get different results. And then if you want, you can put frequency shifter over here, and so yeah, it depends. You can add many things, phaser, resonator, or something, tonal, tonal kick, this, and so yeah, it depends. And then in the post effects, I have distortion which is turned up till plus 8 dB. It's overdrive, and yeah, that's all in the multipass. So it gets that tonality from multipass, and then now the thick rack comes. And yeah, now there's thick rack, which makes the sound like this, very tight and saturated and everything. So Ableton, in Ableton, you can search this preset, reduce ambience. It's a preset of multi-band compression. You can search it, reduce ambience. It's yeah, this, you can put it in your thick rack before your OTT and saturation, and you can put it to 50% like I have over here, and you can put another one after your OTT and Camel Crusher, every saturation plugin that you have. And so you can see I have this over here, and I have this tight knob which just, let me show you what it does. So this is the preset, and when I turn down the tight knob, it will sound very reverbed out and very not clean. So now if I pull it up, so you can see it went up till 50%, and the last reduce ambience preset, it's around 12%, and with time up. So that does that sample clearing thing. I learned this from Virtual Riot's Thick Rack. It helped clean up my sound very much. So yeah, and in between these two, I have OTT, Camel Crusher, and one EQ, which is just for my this reduce noise, where it reduces the noise. So yeah, and after that I have one more OTT, saturator, saturated, and one more OTT with 50%, and dynamic tube for little bit more distortion, and pedal distortion also for some normalizing. So yeah, that is what you can find in my thick rack. And yeah, that was all. And if I turn off the thick rack, and will show you, and now if I turn it on, and yeah, if you want more distortion, you can put again one more OTT and Camel Crusher. And yeah, Camel Crusher is very sick. You can always turn up the tube and make over here, and it will sound sick. It's distorted and heavy. And I have EQ and one Pro Q3. Like you can see, it's very distorted. So first of all, I turned this on, took down the lows, and the sub was too much. I did not put a separate sub because I was lazy, but it worked. So I let this sub stay here. And yeah, nothing much. It's just for some correction. And then I had one more EQ for the side low cut till around 118 hertz. And then I high cut this around 10k hertz, and I have this dynamic EQ which is taking down the highs, which is 3000 hertz till 10,000 hertz, because you need to give some space for your hi hats. So yeah, that's why I dynamic EQ this down, and yeah, little bit of bump around 250 hertz, and then you are good to go. And if you think that some of the frequencies are too much in the mix, you can take it down. And yeah, that is how I mix for my bass. And yeah, it sounds good. It's all about how you use your saturation, how much you use saturation, and people often either don't do enough saturation or over use too much saturation in their basses. So yeah, you can put saturation as you like and as you like to hear. So yeah. By the way, I will link down this thick rack in my description. You can download it from there. And then I have this bass, which is basic. I mean, there's nothing crazy about the bass. If we increase this, let's hear it. So it's because it's sounding crazy because of the multipass. If I turn it off, it's just basic theorem patch with some pitch automation. So it's the basic shapes which is framing from B. And what is this doing? So yeah, I have a distortion comb bandpass filter, and I have this for the EQ. I don't know, but it was too noisy, so I used this. And yeah, this band 24 is modulated with this LFO1. So yeah, it sounds good. And yeah, this is being modulated the peak. And yeah, it's just a basic pitch up and down and bandpass filter used, and it's nothing too complex, I guess. So yeah, most of your sounds depends on your post processing, how you do your post processing. So yeah, and then I have this sound, which is just a pitch down automation on say on my bass. Let me show you. So yeah, I have two square wave which is FMing from D, and the oscillator is +2. So yeah, it's the same with this shape on the FM, and then lock is set like this. And yeah, it's low pass, everything low being low passed, and this is, so yeah, nothing too much crazy over here, and it's all because of the post processing. And yeah, because of the post processing, you hear this sound, which is nothing but just a guitar being pitched down. And then I have this also for the second section, and at last it's just a drum. And yeah, here you hear this piece. So it's just downshifter actually from mode step sample pack. It sounds like this. And yeah, because of the post processing, it was sounding kind of heavy though, like this. And yeah, I did pitch automation over here. yeah, I don't want to do too much of sound design, as you can see. I just use sample and I can put any sample and it will sound sick, actually. Like any sound. So yeah, I can pitch it down. You can use the texture and stretch it out. So yeah, if you have your post processing thick, you'll have sounds which are also thick. And yeah, it's all like this, and I have this guitar over here, and it's also from the mode step sample pack. And yeah, that's all. And for the side chain, I'm using Panks for 6 dB reduction. That's why I close the bases because my laptop cannot handle this much of pressure. I have to do it again. Over here also. And over here also. So yeah, now it all sounds like this. So yeah, over here also I have -16. And for the master, I would just put one G clip and crank it up like 7 dB. And that is how you master your tracks. So yeah, it's reaching -3 LFS is okay. And yeah, this is how this is how I do my mixing. Nothing special. The bass is the loudest thing in my mix, and then synth, then my textures, which is just slides, symbols, and all the samples that I use. So yeah, pretty sick. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.